Peace, what's going on, y'all? It's your man, Soul Man IT. Welcome back to the channel, Fresh Air Flavor. So this past weekend, I got to be a part of something real powerful and awesome right here in Pittsburgh. We were downtown at Emerald City for a workshop called MCA, Musicians Changemaker Accelerator, put on by Pittsburgh's very own Boom Concepts in collaboration with Music to Life out of Texas. This wasn't just another networking event. This was a workshop about purpose, community, and using your music to actually move people to create change. So I brought my camera along with me to document the day. From the moment I left the house, to the conversations I had with my fellow artist cohort, to the amazingly talented and beautiful guest speakers we had come sharing some wisdom. But first, let me show you how the day started. Definitely looking forward to this here. Just getting ready to go, head out now and take the bus. So yeah, let's get to it, y'all.
Occupy is R&B, but don't box me to it. An issue of concern for me is the development and support of Black R&B artists, Black musicianship, period, not even just to that genre, and how we can develop, how we can support, and also just remove barriers of entry for recording, Black performance, etc.
Hi everybody, my name is Erica Johnson. My pronouns are she, her. My genre I would say is jazz and soul. I would say my main issue of concern is youth development and the lack of utilizing music to really support them. I feel like we have a ton of youth programs, but there's so many Black kids falling through the cracks. And so I think there needs to be more of a prioritization of music back in schools for literacy issues, the list of them.
My name is Idasa Tark, aka Soul Man IT.
Really straight tripping. Right?
Thank you. My pronouns are he and him. Media literacy has always been a part of my upbringing. My mom and dad actually met at my dad's radio station that he made back home. It was a jazz radio station and a Black-owned, multi-ethnic radio station. And just us being able to discern what's truth and what's bullshit when you look at TV and media in any form, especially as it relates to our representation in the media. But I learned a lot this year in my time of being here. I've been back since 2013. To the point that Sis was just making, like, there needs to be a focus on not just media literacy, but music literacy and foundational literacy, which is not being taught in a way that is, it's not really being taught at all in a lot of different schools. And then it's not, where it is being taught, it's just kind of very surface. And a lot of teachers are tapping out, and they're bringing in teachers like us to come fill and be the glue for programs that are being defunded in schools that are on the chopping block. So I'm trying to figure out different ways of like Justice League and Captain Planet and that.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
You want to turn to yourself?
Okay. Good morning, everybody. My name is Ann Quinique. I use she, her pronouns. My genres are really like jazz and soul music, and I also have a background in classical music and opera. And a lot of my work has really been about creating space for all those things to exist and uplifting Black contributions in all of those spaces. I also have multiple issues of concern, and I'm just going to say two, and I'm going to start with to the sort of the energy that Thomas was speaking to, of like speaking to the plight of the artist first. And I think an issue there for me personally right now is like just pushing through, you know what I mean? Like pushing through things in your own space in life to really elevate your work and elevate your craft and your and what you're doing and what we're all doing. But then also like just like pushing through maybe like the Pittsburgh bubble, which makes like this opportunity specifically, I think, really exciting for all of us. But those are two things I think about: pushing through your own life to like really be able to practice your art. And for me, as a mom of three, is layered. And I've just learned what it means to fight for my practice in the past few years, which is a very real thing. And then also just like pushing through, you know, to really grow and expand our reach. And I also have a great concern for our young people and our students. I'm also an educator, like most of us here. So I think about the future me and where they are and what they need and how we, you know, collaborate to get them those things. And really it's like, for me, I think about it like, I think there's there's always a need for exposure to things for young people, like for them to be able to see and experience a wide range of, you know, creative expression. But I think what's also missing, which gets you from that like place from like being exposed to things to really identifying as an artist, are those like the things that support deep instruction within the arts, no matter what discipline or genre that you're in. So I'm really thinking about how we maintain and create more of those kinds of opportunities for young people. Yeah. Thanks.
My name is Morris Jackson. Pronouns he, him. Genre, hip hop, funk, many genres. But I guess my issue of concern has always been, you know, they say like artists, we want to go out in the world and do things. And I always think when artists leave here, sometimes they don't come back. And when they don't come back or they don't tap in with like the scene or anything, that kind of hinders them. So I kind of want to bridge that gap with like, it's okay to go out in the world, but like home is home. And sometimes you need those people to like hone in on the youth and just make sure that they understand, like somebody like me, yeah, I can do this, but you can do it as well. So I don't see that a lot, and I'm around a lot of it, but I see it amongst our peers. We do it every day. Like we're out here, we're doing what we're supposed to, we're teaching, you know, we're husbands, we're wives, we're, you know, uncles, aunties, different things, but just trying to figure out that aim, that going out, learning, and bringing it back in. Because sometimes people come in, take, and then they leave, and then that's it. There's nothing else. So it leaves a little disdain in the people that are here that's busting their butts, you know. So, yeah.
Hello, my name's Amber. I go by Hollywood. I'm a hip hop and spoken word artist. Oh, my pronouns are she, her, and also grandma. So I got a granddad now. Still. My issue of concern revolves around incarcerated folks. I've been, like, since I was little, like maybe around 2 years old, going on prison visits, and I'm 45 and I'm still doing it. And just in my experience, there's so many like highly intelligent, creative people who are in these systems and their voices are never heard and their stories aren't heard. And I think that's very important to help, you know, find ways to make sure that their voices and their means of creative expression make it to the outside, because I think it helps humanize them and also kind of demonstrate that like we all are involved in this system. Like we tend to think that when people get locked up or go away, they just like exist somewhere over there, but they're actually deeply entrenched in all of our lives, whether we want to admit it or not.
For sure. I'm solid, and I wholeheartedly agree with what you just said. Having family members in prison and, you know, things of that nature. But my name is YS1, Yusuf Shelton first. I don't really have any pronouns, but if you was gonna call me anything, you can call me a child of God. You know what I'm saying? My genre is hip hop, and issue of concern is really just there's definitely multiple, but just to keep it short, number one, I think, is just the lack of unity in the city of Pittsburgh. Just really seeing the necessity for space for artists to be able to support each other and like genuinely build a healthy arts ecosystem in the city of Pittsburgh where, you know what I'm saying, we have the resources in the right places, not just with the organizations that look good on paper, but with the people who are really boots on the ground, like doing the work. And I think that would be my first issue. And then I think, secondly, I just feel like we need exposure, and for there to be people that are able to make it on a big platform and have a really great message to be able to be an example, but then also expose and highlight other artists in the city. And then I think, like, lastly, which is the reason why we have the organization called Back with Purpose, because I feel like there's such a deficit of like identity, especially in the Black community, you know, amongst our youth. And I feel like that was the reason why we created our organization, because two of the things that we don't know how to do is regulate our emotions, right, and walk in our true identity, right? And so that's the reason why we created that organization, was to teach the students, like, A, what your identity is, and B, how to regulate your emotions so that you can fulfill your God-given purpose.
Thank you so much. I'm Victoria, or V for short. I'm from Pittsburgh. My pronouns are she, her, and my genres are spoken word, neo soul, ambient, hip hop, and also electronic house. I like the idea of just branching out into different genres of music in a fluid way. Concept that I'm passionate about is really mental health and how that intertwines with how we approach creativity. And really, I see creativity as a lifeline and a pathway to liberation, both personally and collectively, and how we can create an ecosystem, like you all said, to really bring us together in community collaboratively as we are individually finding our voice, our creative passion, and also as someone who has always had a hard time like choosing a lane, choosing one single niche. I've started to just ditch the idea of needing to do that and really embrace all of the beautiful details and connections that come from exploring all the different art forms. So that is something I'm really passionate about, and I've noticed that we really can learn a lot from each other as creatives. So I'm excited to see how we all can just move forward to bring these visions to life together.
Thank you so much.
And before you play the track, I was thinking about, since it's so early, what would be like a good vibe to start off with for an opening song. And like I was saying, with my interest in wellness and mental health, I have some background in like sound healing practice. So I decided to bring two bowls and just kind of start off with sharing like maybe 30 seconds or so you can hear that, and then we can bring in the track. This is a C note, and the scale in the key of C, you would have C representing the root chakra, also representing a sense of groundedness. So when I play this bowl, that's what I'm thinking about. It's just resonating an energy of groundedness. This is the note F, which correlates to the heart chakra. So obviously the heart chakra is love. So I think the two of these together, they really flow well, because if you're grounded and you're moving from the heart, that's just a great place to start out from. And it also creates a fourth interval, which, I won't get too deep into it, but it is known to have benefits. So see how you feel when you hear this.
I joined this MCA workshop because I'm at the point in my career where I'm trying to be extremely way more intentional with my music, with my art, with everything I'm doing and how I show up for my community. Being around other cats, other artists that feel that same sense of urgency is rare. And Boom Concepts has been doing this work for years and has been supporting me ever since I came back. So this felt like the right place to be. One of the highlights of this workshop was getting to chop it up and build with my man Yusuf Shelton, the first YS1. You don't meet a lot of artists that walk in faith and walk in purpose and mean it. And it's not a gimmick. It's a part of who they are. And I got to see Yusuf rock for the first time last year in November 2024, downtown for Act 3 Consulting's Synergy event. And this man lit the room up, yo. Now, coming into this workshop, we had to have our own idea of how we want to make impact and enact change within our community. And we had to share that with our fellow artists and cohort. We had to partner up and exchange ideas and fine-tune each other's ideas. So this right here, this is one of the many conversations of the larger conversation. So for my statement, it was to be in tune with Allah, be in tune with God, and create spaces for disenfranchised people to express, sustain, and develop themselves in humane ways, because we are the custodians of the planet. So it means a very broad statement. I try to make it as inclusive as possible in the sense of just trying to change how we look at each other, but also our role in this life as we on this journey, as you were saying earlier. So I don't think wherever there was a time where we was it felt like our generations were taught these things, and then it just stopped, and then it didn't you have to hear it in certain pockets with certain folks talk, and it just because I'm pretty much self-taught, and
With everything, huh?
well, yeah, my parents put me on a track. I'm grateful for my parents, and just instilling in me that you can be whoever you want to be, you can be what you want to be. You put your mind to it, you can accomplish this. My dad used to say, if you want to bake a cake, man, you ain't got the ingredients in the kitchen. You gotta go out there and get the flour. You gotta go out there and get whatever you need, and don't let nobody stop you from what you gotta do. What's good, sir?
we're all in groups now. So now you guys are partners, and you need to share your statements with each other and give each other feedback. And we only had 7 minutes, and now it's probably down to like
2 minutes each to share.
What you got there?
Yeah, that was really good. The reason why I like it is because it has depth to it, right? Like I practice being intentional about making mine as concise as possible. See what I'm saying? So I think that I would like to add more depth to what it is that, you know what I'm saying, that I pitch. Like
What you got?
Statement. So what I tell people, I say I rap to ignite purpose in the hearts of young black men, and I give them the tools to be authentic. And part of the ways that I do that is A, through my music, and B, through my youth mentor organization, Teach Purpose Discovery. So that's kind of like, but like the short version of that is like I rap to ignite purpose in the hearts of young black men, and I give them the tools to be authentic. So that's just pretty much what my artistic statement has been for like the last 5 years, pretty much. Like once I figured out what it is that I wanted to do, that's it. But I think that there's room for growth though. Like I feel like, you know, I love it. I love the heart of it. For me, I think that there's a level of like blanket-ness. You know what I'm saying? Where
To how you saying it, you mean? Or?
Yeah. I feel like because there's so much more. Like there could even be a better way to articulate it. I don't know. I just feel like there's more underneath the surface of like I rap to ignite purpose. You see what I'm saying?
I say this because I met you last year at the BTAR event in November. And
I actually met you.
Was it before that?
Yeah, the year before that at Jaquay May's event for her birthday at the it was downstairs in this like building. Dang, bro, it's like I don't even know how to, maybe like Highland Park or like
Casa Brazil?
Yes.
Where I used to work?
Yeah. Yes.
Shit.
Yes. Yeah, that's where I met you at.
That's my bad having old man ass
What's
memory.
crazy though, bro, I might even met you a time before that too. Like I heard
More than likely. My students always be talking about you.
Yeah, oh for real? Wait, cause you out of school or?
Over at the orchestra.
Okay,
Over in East Live.
All right, that's dope.
He was like, yo, we need to get Wise over here. We need to get Yusef. You know, just like, it was like, okay. But I saw you perform for the first time then at the BTAR joint. And you just came in with you still come in with it. You have a presence when you come in. And it's infectious. That's what I mean. Like, so I think how you write it and what you write actually allows someone to ask more questions.
Right, okay.
Right?
Yeah,
like, so I think because not everybody can get that off.
Yeah.
So when you're saying like be authentic, you're saying that as an authentic person. Versus like we'll be in a room and you'll hear someone say, I want to teach somebody to be their authentic self. It doesn't really prompt you to want to ask them.
Right, yeah, 100%. I get that.
You might start asking other people like, hey, what was your journey? But I think it's I wouldn't sell yourself short with it.
Yeah.
Because I'm inspired by you.
Yeah, thank you.
Like because even just that's why Good Guy is one of my jams.
Yeah, for sure.
And you could that night like was awesome. You had everybody singing it from the time we started to the time we took the picture on the stairs.
For sure, right? Yeah, 100%.
Couldn't nobody stop singing it. And when you think of it, you're turning what it means to be a good guy into a better definition.
Just being reminded of that.
And then also showing that ain't nothing wrong with being a good guy.
Right.
And that good guys aren't soft in the wrong sense or whatever. Like you're showing that there could be a duality that's there. So that was the thing I walked away with. I was like,
Okay.
Sorry. Thank you, bro.
Thank you. I left this day feeling like not only was I in the right place and around the right people, but that I was on the right path doing the right thing. And not just within music and art, but within movement work. What Boom Concepts and Music to Life are doing it's more than just a workshop. It's more than just an open mic that we went to the night before. It's about creating a space where artists can become leaders, actual leaders, and the leaders that we need. Big shout out to my fellow MCA cohort. Hey, yo, we really showed up. We showed out. We had fun. We enjoyed each other. We made a space and a time and moments that will always stick with me and never be forgotten. And this is the first of many, because we already said we got a group chat now, okay? Man, Pittsburgh has so much talent. It's not just raw, it's focus. And that's the difference. That's what separates us from other cities. If y'all rocking with this content and y'all enjoying it, make sure you leave a like on down below. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you think of this here. Make sure y'all follow my homies, my cohort. The link's in the description below so you can follow their socials, stay in touch with them, see what they doing, see what they up to, support them. I'm going to be doing more of this content here, not just the shows, but the stories behind the shows, the stories behind the workshops. And on that note, y'all, much love. Stay creative, stay grounded. I'll see y'all in the next one, Lord willing. It's your man, Soul Man IT. We out ski, y'all. Peace.